What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today, post trade deadline, we're going to be doing a Tyrese Haliburton Indiana Pacers rebuild today. Before we get into the video though, guys, if you could leave a like in the video and of course subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're new here, it'd be greatly appreciated. We're going to be uploading these bad boy rebuilds post trade deadline for the next coming day, so I'd appreciate your support if you want to become a new subscriber here. So I made a community tab post and asked you guys which one you wanted to see, and this was the most voted one. We got a Tyrese Haliburton Indiana Pacers rebuild today. Now I will tell you, I've had a lot of problems this morning with 2K share scenarios, so I don't really know what is going on. I'm hoping this one doesn't fail me too much today. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's been kind of a pain, so I think I'm gonna be making my own file here soon. I'm getting sick of using everyone else's, and their settings are stupid, or their sliders are dumb, or something's wrong, or someone's shot tendencies boosted up that shouldn't be. I don't know, man. It's just getting irritating. But regardless, I think I found one that I like. Hopefully, don't see anything wrong with it yet anyway. But let's get past that. Let's just talk about Indiana, Tyrese Haliburton, Domantas Sabonis, all that. So, of course, we all know that Haliburton was traded for Domantas Sabonis. Basically, there was a few other pieces part of that trade, but that was the main headline, of course. So, Haliburton is in Indiana now, which is something he did not expect to happen. I've seen a lot of interviews about him being pretty sad about it. Pretty sad that he gave his heart and soul to the city, Sacramento, and they just traded him away, which, I get. It is a business, so you just don't really see it coming. I don't really know what it feels like, obviously, to be traded. I'm not an NBA player, but you can see it. You can see how sad some players can be. You saw Derrick Rose get sad when he traded Chicago. But regardless, Haliburton is an Indiana Pacer, and I think he's going to love it here. So, the Sabonis, of course, is now a Sacramento King. A lot of people don't love the trade for Sacramento, but I think Sacramento did have to make a choice between Haliburton or, of course, De'Aaron Fox, and they chose Tyrese Haliburton. So, it is what it is. They do have Haliburton listed as small forward, though. So, I'm going to move that to point guard. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at the rotation is going to look like now that it is fixed. And we have Tyrese Haliburton, Chris Duarte, Buddy Hield, O'Shea Brissett, Jalen Smith, TJ McConnell, Lance Stevenson, Tristan Thompson, Isaiah Jackson, and Goga Badotze. One thing I am going to do, though, is I'm actually going to release Tristan Thompson. He was also part of the trade, but apparently doesn't plan to play a single game with the Pacers. I think he's going to be bought out, and he's going to play for a contender, which makes sense. And of course, Malcolm Brogdon was someone they couldn't trade at the trade deadline because they extended him. So I'm sure in the offseason, he'll probably be a big trade candidate in the offseason, and Indiana can get someone for him. So for this rest of the season, of course, we're going to be just kind of sitting back watching Haliburton and Chris Duarte go to work. And they did get Jalen Smith as well at the trade deadline. So that was a pretty nice addition to the team as well. And then Buddy Hield was also part of that trade. So not sure what Buddy Hield's future will be here in Indiana, but we'll figure that out in the offseason. And then Miles Turner was not traded, so I'm not really sure if he's going to be part of Indiana long-term or just for the rest of the season. We'll see what happens there. But for now, let's just simulate this season and see how this team finishes out with Haliburton and Duarte in the backcourt now. So at the end of the season, Joel Embiid wins MVP. Shout out to him. Cade Cunningham wins Rookie of the Year on the Pistons. And you got Kevin Love on the Cavs winning Sixth Man of the Year. You got Giannis Defensive Player, and then Maxey Most Improved in Philadelphia as well. And Nate McMillan Coach of the Year on the Atlanta Hawks. Right? Wait, Atlanta went that 58-24? What the? Okay. I mean, I guess they just won every single game the rest of the season. Is that kind of what happened there? Or is just this file didn't really have the records correct? I don't know. I didn't really check. But regardless, we got Chicago, Charlotte, Milwaukee. Is Cleveland even in here? Cleveland fell in the standings that much? Really? Okay. Well, we're not going to be getting their lottery protected pick this year, I guess. That's unfortunate. So Cleveland ended up not making the playoffs in this file, which is very, very saddening, to be honest. But it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and simulate the playoffs. So I guess we can look at the player stats real quick, kind of see how that went. As we had 21 from Brogdon, 17 from Haliburton, 16 from Duarte, 13.5, 12, and then you had 10 from Lance Stevenson, and then you got 8 McConnell, 7 from O'Shea Brissett. So let's just go ahead and simulate the playoffs. Let's get in this very important offseason. And wait, did Philadelphia not even make it? Or wait, they did? They were in the play-in? What am I looking at right now? Hold the phone. So what is 41-41? Really? That is how this went for Philadelphia. Are you serious? All right. This is exactly why I don't know if this file was very good at all. That's exactly why I'm going to make my own soon, because I'm getting sick of this. As soon as I have time, I'm making my own. And I'm going to try to make it as authentic as possible. And then for you guys on Xbox Series X, I will try to share it with you guys. So Utah Jazz go on to win the championship over the Boston Celtics in 4 games. I mean, the Nets have Ben Simmons and Seth Curry and made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost. But whatever, man. It's fine. I think the next rebuild I want to do, I want it to be under my own terms and want my own file now, because I'm tired of using everyone else's and things just look weird. But regardless, we are projected the 12th pick or actually we're not going to get that pick, never mind. It's lottery protected, so Cleveland's going to keep it. And then the Nets get a lottery pick from the Philadelphia 76ers, which doesn't even make any sense, but it is what it is. And we got a top 4 pick potentially. Let's see if we get that lucky. So skipped lottery results, and we got the number 1 pick in the draft. That is so big, not even funny. Holy crap, that's crazy. Okay, so we got the number 1 pick. Cleveland ended up having number 12, so we could have had like 12 and 1, or obviously it was lottery protected, so we weren't going to be able to get it, but we could have had like maybe 16 through 20 from Cleveland. That would have been nice, but hey, we'll definitely take the number 1 pick for sure. So I'm happy about that. And we can kind of take a new power forward for this team going forward. So I kind of like that idea. And now we're going to have Tyrese Haliburton and Paulo or Jabari Smith Jr., whichever one we want to take. So let's go ahead and fill this out a little bit, but I'm excited now that we got the number 1 pick. We are going to be able to build this team however we want to, which is going to be just so much fun. Or we could even take Jet Holmgren, for crying out loud. But I'll probably take one of the power forwards, to be honest with you. So we'll sign both those guys, and we'll get a guard guru because we have some guards we want to develop here. So Chase Adkins will sign there. So we'll have, no, he's going to reject our offer. So let's just try for a different one instead. And let's go for Toscano, I guess, instead. And we're going to get Toscano, and boom, just like that, we got ourselves a brand new staff. Now, let's go to draft night, and let's see what we get here on draft night. So Brogdon is also someone, of course, like I mentioned, that we were going to trade away. Miles Turner, I don't really know what his future is for Indiana. He's on a 1-year deal now. He's 26 years old, so I can honestly see the Pacers going either way with him, whether they keep him for, throughout the offseason or they trade him away. Not really sure what that's going to be about. And then Buddy Hield might be a guy they might look to trade as well because he's 29 years old. And then McConnell is not someone who would have like a ton of value in the market, but maybe get something for him. But I do definitely think Malcolm Brogdon makes a lot of sense to be traded here. I think a lot of contending teams could use his services. So let's go ahead and try to make a trade for Malcolm Brogdon that makes sense for us as the Indiana Pacers, as a team that's trying to rebuild but stay competitive, according to the owner. So the Los Angeles Lakers agreed to my trade offer. I didn't know if they would accept this, but basically we traded Malcolm Brogdon over to the Los Angeles Lakers for Talen Horton-Tucker, a 2026 first, and 2 second-round picks. So we got a first-round pick and a young piece for Malcolm Brogdon. Feel pretty good about that for the most part. So I love that trade. Obviously, the Lakers will be looking to make some moves in the offseason. So that might be the one move they could potentially make by getting Malcolm Brogdon on their team and maybe figuring out how to get rid of Russell Westbrook. Who knows? But that's not my problem today. We are just focused on the Pacers. So we traded Malcolm Brogdon away on draft night, got a future first-round pick for him, and a young player in Talen Horton-Tucker, who could maybe become something for us here in Indiana. So we'll see how that goes. But Miles Turner is someone we also got to take a look at. I'm not going to trade him yet. And then there's also Buddy Hield that I kind of want to, throw around the league real quick and kind of see if I can make something happen for him. If not, you'll just see me here on draft night. But I am going to try to flip Buddy Hield as well. Not really sure what his market's going to be, but we're going to take a look just real quick and kind of see if there's anything that makes sense. If not, I'll see you on draft night. Additionally, today's video is sponsored by Prize Picks, which is a DFS player props app that's matching up to a $100 deposit when you use my code Crushables. Let me show you. Prize Picks is a DFS app where you're literally facing no one other than the numbers. You're just facing the projections. Let me show you some of my past entries. So on this one, I decided to do a power play where I decided to bet the over on Rudy Gobert and Harrison Barnes. The power play was able to 3 times my money, and Rudy Gobert and Harrison Barnes were both able to hit, which mounted me to $150. On this one, I did a flex play with LaMelo, Fred VanVleet, Joe Harrison, Gordon Hayward. Unfortunately, Joe Harris was only like 3 points off. If he literally hit one of his threes, I would have walked away with $100. So unfortunate, but that's just what happens. But I didn't walk away with nothing, as I was still able to win $32 after only betting 21. So I didn't walk away with nothing. So you can decide whether or not you want to do flex plays or power plays. Feel free to use my link in the description. Of course, you can always ask me on Twitter if you have any questions, and use my code Crushables when you sign up. They're going to be sending Buddy Hield over to the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies get themselves a veteran shooter next to John Morant. We're going to be trading a second-round pick and getting a 2024 first as well. So we're just getting a first round pick for Buddy Hield in the future. And one thing that did suck about trading that second round pick away, though, it was the very first pick in the second round. So essentially that was kind of a early, very late first round pick, which I feel pretty upset about. But at least I got a future first that might turn into something else down the line, which would be a higher draft pick in 2024, obviously, than a late or early second. But that's kind of the 2 trades I wanted to make. Now we can jump here on draft night, of course, with our number 1 pick overall. And we're going to be taking one of the power forwards, obviously, here. So Jabari Smith or Bonchero. Which one is the better one? You know what, guys? I'm not a college connoisseur, so I don't know. Who should be the one that's going number 1 overall. But I think I might take Jabari Smith Jr. here. 25 points, 39% from 3. I'm taking Jabari Smith Jr. here to be our brand new power forward for the future next to Tyrese Haliburton and everything else we have on the roster. And we also still have another second round pick, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So we got Keon Ellis, Justin Lewis. I'm going to take Justin Lewis here with our second, and we have another one as well. Just go ahead and make sure we get something there. And then we'll go ahead and draft Koloko here. And just like that, we come out of the draft with 3 very, very exciting prospects, Lewis and Koloko, or however you say his name, here in the second round. Player options, we got Jalen Smith will accept, O'Shea Brissett, and Goga Badotste as well. And then qualifying offers, Dwayne Washington and Terry Taylor. Sure, if you come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't really matter too much. But free agency, TJ Warren, I can't get behind signing him to $21 million, and I don't know if there would be anybody that'd be willing to do a sign-and trade for him. So not really going to worry about TJ Warren. So we got Tyrese Haliburton and TJ McConnell at the point guard position right now. Chris Duarte at the shooting guard, Talen Horton-Tucker, and Justin Lewis. And then you have Jabari Smith, O'Shea Brissett. And of course, you have Miles Turner, Jalen Smith, Isaiah Jackson. So many young centers, it's not even funny. So we kind of need to make a decision with some of these guys. Pretty much of a log jam low key here at center. So we'll kind of have to see what we want to do there. Can one of these guys play power forward? I wonder. I don't know. I did not mean to click edit player. I meant to change position. So, okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jalen Smith, for instance. Power forward for him. Wouldn't change him too much. He's 6'10". Yeah, we're going to move Jalen Smith to be our backup power forward, I guess. We'll kind of have that going for us. 6'10". And Isaiah Jackson will leave. Koloko and then Goga Badotste. I don't know if he'll be here forever. We might actually end up flipping him, to be honest with you. He's kind of been here, but not really sure what his future holds for Indiana. He's on a 1-year deal, so we might be able to get like a second for him, because we kind of have a log jam, of course, at where we're at right now. So that's why we might end up flipping him. So we might do that. Jabari Smith, Jalen Smith looks good to me. THT and Justin Lewis. So do we want to give Talen Horton-Tucker the keys to the small forward position, though, is the question. I don't know. I like McConnell as a veteran backup point guard for this team. And then I wouldn't mind getting like a backup wing player, I guess, if there is something available to us. I'm not going for TJ Warren, obviously, but if there's like a young small forward, there's Conchar here. What about shooting guards? We got Colin Sexton. I mean, we could go that route, but I'm not going to do that. Martin here. You got DiVincenzo, who is a Sacramento King now. Malik Monk, you could throw an offer at, 24 years old, if you wanted to. Lonnie Walker also sounds like a kind of, sounds like some fun, not going to lie. Dyson Daniels is here for some reason. Ben McLemore. So honestly, man, I might roll with what we got for now and just kind of wait till next offseason to see if there's anything else that becomes available to us. So this is what the roster is going to look like. Obviously nothing crazy. The one thing I am going to do, like I said, is going to kind of fix the logjam at center. Goga Badotste, I'm going to end up flipping him probably just for a second or something like that. I don't want a center in return necessarily. But teams are offering me a first round pick, but I don't think Goga is worth that. So obviously, realistically, I'm not going to take a first round pick from the Sacramento Kings. But if they want Goga for something they might use in the future, I'll just take a second round pick for him and not lose him for nothing, obviously, next season. So I think we kind of fixed the logjam a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and go into this next season, look at player progression, kind of see how it treats us. Then one thing I also want to look at is a shot tendency. So Haliburton's up to an 86. Miles Turner, Chris Duarte is up to a 79. Miles Turner is here for now. I am not opposed to trading him, actually. We haven't really addressed that yet. So shot tendency, I want Haliburton's to be higher, and then we'll move it up to like an 80. And then Duarte, I want to take some shots as well. Jabari Smith, of course, we want this man to take some shots. Coming in, I want him to be the nice duo. And then Horton-Tucker will move to like a 76. So do we want to flip Miles Turner, who is on a 1-year contract? Do we want to do that? We could throw Isaiah Jackson in the starting 5 right now, or do we want to wait? Is the question. Do we want to keep Miles Turner for the future, or do we want to trade him away? He's kind of older than everyone else other than Duarte. So I don't know, man. I think Miles Turner is such a good fit, though. So I'm probably just going to leave him. We're going to actually keep Miles Turner long term. I don't think I'm going to trade him away. We're going to leave him how he is, and we're going to simulate season number 2 with his brand new rotation. And we're going to kind of see how it treats us and see how it goes with this, new look Indiana Pacers roster, and see if maybe we can surprise some people and make the postseason somehow. Probably not, obviously, but if you take a look at the rotation, it's going to look like this. Haliburton, Duarte, Talen Horton-Tucker might be able to prove something to us. Jabari Smith Jr. was our #1 pick. Miles Turner at center. Jalen Smith off the bench at a 30 minutes. Okay. McConnell, and then Isaiah Jackson, O'Shea Brissett. So we'll kind of see how this goes for us. Proficiency-wise, we are sitting at a 3-star perimeter centric. Can we go up to 3.5 anywhere? We can at balance, but yeah, we'll move this to a balance system. So let's move this to balance, and then we'll simulate the rest of the season and kind of see how things go for us. So once again, Joel Embiid is your MVP. Let's actually see if they made the playoffs this time. Paulo wins Rookie of the Year on the San Antonio Spurs. Sixth man goes to Drummond on the Pelicans. Make them more overpowered, of course. Sean Ives, defensive player, and Tyrese Haliburton wins most improved, 27 points per game. I know I boosted his shot tendency up, but I didn't expect this man to go off this much. Okay, W. I feel like we did this recently and someone went off like this. Whose shot tendency did I boost up and they just went off? Wasn't it Anthony Simons? But 42% from 3, 50% and 84% from the free throw. W. Trae Young, obviously all NBA first team. Luka, Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Embiid. And we got also looks like Jabari on the all rookie team, which is great. So all defense first team. Did Tyrese Haliburton make an all NBA third team? No, he didn't even make an all NBA team. How did he not make an all NBA team? That doesn't make any sense. The man averaged 27, but all right, we'll take it, I guess. We are in the play-in tournament as well as the 10th seed against the Charlotte Hornets, so that definitely be interesting how that goes. And Philadelphia actually made the playoffs, and Washington is the first seed with Kyrie Irving and Porzingis. Okay. All right, I guess I see Washington. Player stats: 27 from Haliburton, 19 from Chris Duarte, 14 from Taylor Horton-Tucker, 14 from Jabari Smith Jr., and 9 from Jalen Smith, and 8 from Miles Turner, with 6 rebounds and 2 blocks per game. So W. And then shooting-wise, 42%, 34, 27, 38, 30, and 38%. So W. All right, man. We're playing the Charlotte Hornets here in the play-in. I mean, I didn't even expect to be in the play-in tournament this year, so I'll definitely take it. I'm really happy with the production of this team, obviously. So let's just see if we can beat the Charlotte Hornets game. And we did. So we still have a chance to get in the playoffs, but we have to go through the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. And we did beat the Brooklyn Nets. And just like that, we got the 8th seed. Am I happy with that? I'm not totally sure yet. And honestly, this is a first seed that I'm not that scared of. I honestly think we could upset them. I really do. So let's brace ourselves. Somebody Kurt round. And okay, we actually pushed them to 7. So almost kind of did it. Kyrie Irving and Porzingis were able to prevail in game 7, but we almost did it to them. Let's submit the rest of the playoffs. We got Philadelphia making it to, no, the Washington Wizards of all team go out and sign Kyrie Irving and end up winning it all. Okay, 2K. Okay. It is draft lottery time, and I don't know for sure if we have it. No, we do not. So we do not have a lottery pick from anybody, which sucks. We are going to have the Cavaliers pick, and we're going to have our own as well. So we have, let's see, we have pick number 20, and then Cleveland's pick ended up falling at 21. So we have back-to-back first-round picks in this 2023 draft class, which is great and all, but, you know, it sucks that we couldn't have had maybe a lottery pick out of Cleveland. It kind of sucks, but whatever. Rick Carlisle is still going to remain the head coach. We'll go get ourselves a shot doctor real quick, and then we'll go ahead and grab, of course, something here in the NBA draft. That way we can kind of see what we can get at pick number 20 and pick at number 21. So if we take a look real quick, no one that I really see wants to be traded. And of course, we have a lot of second rounders. So I'm not going to make any trades here. We're just actually going to jump straight into the draft here at number 20 and number 21 and just see what we can kind of get here. So let's see what's available. Keontae George is on the board. And you know what? I'm actually going to take him here because we kind of had shooting guard problems anyway. And then we have obviously another pick. So Mita suggesting that Georgia is a second round talent. I couldn't disagree more. The Pacers are getting great value for this spot, in my opinion. Thank you for agreeing with me. All right, let's see what else we got. Kyle Flipowski. We got Alan Flanagan, Hunter Salas, Livingston. You know what? We might take a young backup point guard here for the future. And then we have a couple of early second rounders as well. So we're going to be getting quite a bit of young players here. Adam Najee is here. So you know what? We're going to take Adam Bona here. And then let's go to our other second round pick. We got Manat here. We got Fudge, Alex Fudge. Just because I love that last name, we're going to take him actually. All right, let's go ahead and see how we did. And we got a 77, 74, 74, 74, and a 74. So we'll take it. Welcome to the team, everybody. Haliburton, THT declined his player option. Lewis will accept, and of course will accept. And I'm actually going to decline Santi here because I don't think we're going to need him. And then qualifying offers, none. And then for free agency, we have, let's see, we have Miles Turner, Taylor Horton-Tucker, O'Shea Brissett. So, I mean, this team ended up making the playoffs. Or, yeah, it got to the playoffs. So, McConnell, Haliburton still, Chris Duarte, Keontae George is the backup shooting guard. You got Justin Lewis and Alex Fudge right now. You got Jabari Smith and Jalen Smith. And then you got Isaiah Jackson and Adam here. So, what do we want to do at the center position and what do we want to do at the small forward position is essentially what we're asking ourselves. Of course, I could go out there and go for Nikola Jokic or something stupid like that. But I kind of want to stay young and kind of want to just stick with the rebuild. So Mitchell Robinson, or we could just essentially go for Miles Turner. So Mo Bamba also could be an interesting option. Or like I said, we could resign Miles Turner to be our center. I don't know, man. What do we want to do? I think I just want Miles Turner back. Like I said, I did kind of want to keep him throughout the video, and I like him a lot. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go get Miles Turner back because that's who I want, essentially. So we'll give Miles Turner a 4-year deal, and we can still trade him. His contract is still very tradable, so we're not necessarily worried about his contract. He'll be very tradable still if we really wanted to go that route. We still wanted to trade him away. And then, of course, Talen Horton-Tucker is the other small forward that we might have to make a decision on. So we can actually sign someone technically. So we have Keldon Johnson here. We could go out and get a restricted free agent like Keldon Johnson, averaged 11 points on 39% shooting. Okay, 15 the previous year. Marvin Bagley is here. So we can move Keldon Johnson to small forward if we wanted to move on to Talen Horton-Tucker. You got Wiggins out here. You got Brooks. You also got Cameron Reddish. Okay, kind of like the idea of maybe bringing in Cameron Reddish low-key. Could be a really nice player next to Haliburton. You know what? I'm going to do it. 23 years old, kind of fits the timeline of the team. I'm going to give Cameron Reddish a deal that's kind of unproven, and we're going to take a chance on him. I think Cameron Reddish is going to be solid here, and I kind of like the idea of bringing him in. He's going to fit the timeline of Haliburton, like I said, so he can grow next to him. And then we could still technically re-sign THT as well if we wanted to. Which, you know what, I still might do if he hasn't signed anywhere. If he signed anywhere, then L. But no, he has not. So I'm going to give THT a deal as well. So we're going to come back with Talen Horton-Tucker. And just like that, I feel pretty good about how this offseason just went for us. So Duarte, Keontae George, we have Cameron Reddish, THT, and then Jabari Smith, Jalen Smith, Miles Turner, and Isaiah Jackson. I'm really happy with how this is looking. I'm really excited how this is going so far. We made the playoffs last year, and with Jabari and Haliburton developing even more and Reddish developing, I have a good feeling about making the playoffs again and potentially being higher than obviously just an 8th seed. So Haliburton, lead us to the promised land. Let's see what happens. So the very last game of the season, at the buzzer, we ended up putting ourselves in the play-in tournament. So this is all the awards real quick. And then here's your All-NBA first team with Trey, John Morant, Tatum, All-NBA second team. Do we get Haliburton yet? No respect for Haliburton yet? Okay. Well, we ended up, like I said, being the 10th seed once again. We're going up against the Orlando Magic. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in the playoffs like we did, but Haliburton 23. 17 from Chris Duarte, 16 from Smith, 14 from Reddish, 13 from Talen Horton-Tucker, and 9 from George, and 8 from Miles Turner. So, I mean, we have nothing to lose. We're playing the Magic, who have Anthony, Sexton, Wagner, Wendell Carter, Jalen Duran, Jalen Suggs, Kevin Porter Jr., Jonathan Isaac. So, here we go. Game 1, and we lose. So, we did not get in the playoffs this year. We're going to have a lottery pick instead. So, you know what? I think this rebuild has gone just as planned. We've gotten to the play-in tournament. And hey, look at the Sacramento Kings making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, but the Timberwolves end up winning it all over the Pistons in 7 games. But now, this offseason, kind of looking to get maybe a little bit more aggressive here. So, let's go to the draft lottery, and we are going to have the 11th pick, and I think that's it. So, no other lottery picks in this draft, and we end up with number 11. And do we have a first-round pick from anyone else this year? I don't think so. So, we have number 11 as a trade asset, and we also have a lot of salaries. So, I kind of want to make some type of trade here. Gonna leave Rick Carlisle how he is right now. But what I want to do is I kind of want to get aggressive here, if possible. I don't know how possible it's going to be, but Miles Turner's money is available to us. So let's go to draft night here at number 11. We could, like I said, draft someone, and that'd be fine. But I kind of want to get aggressive here and see if we can maybe just bring in a guy that would just push us over the edge of finally making the postseason. Now, I don't know what that would, involve, but we're going to try to make something happen. So we're going to take a look around the league, primarily kind of focus on the center position, the big man spot, and kind of see if there's a center out there that would make a lot of sense for us to bring in, and he would push us over the top. Let's see if that's out there somewhere. This is definitely the guy I had at the top of my head, and that was DeAndre Ayton. The Suns and DeAndre Ayton have had their contract issues, so he's on a 1-year contract, and they are selling right now. So can I convince the Phoenix Suns to bring me DeAndre Ayton? It would be obviously they'd send him to the opposite conference, so that wouldn't be a problem for them. So it'd be like Miles Turner, obviously, in the trade, and then you'd have maybe you could throw Keontae George in here. We drafted, of course. Keontae George was not starting for us. It was Duarte, and I want to roll with Duarte for this video, so I'm going to go ahead and throw Keontae George in here with no problem. And then we also have Hunter Salas in here. We could maybe throw in here, and then we have this 11th pick in the draft and 19. So let's see if this would do it for this. Miles Turner, Keontae George, 11 and 19. Actually, let's just see if we can do it just 11. But they accept this. They do not. All right, let's throw 19 in there. Do they accept this? They do not. All right. Well, what about my early second? And they agree. So just like that, 3 picks, a young player, and Miles Turner gets me DeAndre Ayton on this brand new roster. Also kind of fitting the timeline of Haliburton and the rest of the roster. So Duarte is the one guy that's kind of up there in age, and he's 27 years old. So that's really not up there in age at all. He's about to enter his prime, matter of fact. So I think we've completed this rebuild almost. I think we've completed it. It's going to be a very talented roster. Bringing in Deandre Ayton is no joke. That is a legit big man coming into Indiana and going to help us push us over the edge and finally not be in the play-in tournament anymore. So that's kind of the plan that we had all along. So accept all my team options and then qualifying offers. Haliburton, 100% got to lock him up. Jalen Smith is another guy I want to bring back. So all these guys I definitely would love to have back. I think our roster might be getting full soon though, so kind of be careful there. Is Duarte a free agent yet, or is he still under contract? He is still under contract for one more year. Okay. Was Haliburton and Duarte drafted in the same draft? 2021, and no, was Haliburton drafted in 2020? Is that what I'm thinking of? He was drafted in 2020. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so Haliburton, of course, we're matching whatever. Jalen Smith will wait as well. And then the other two guys, everyone else I'm not too worried about. So we're not renouncing Jalen Smith. We're not going to renounce any of these guys. We're going to wait. I'm not renouncing Jalen Smith. I want him back as a bench player. Of course, we're going to match Tyrese Haliburton's contract. We definitely want him back. And then Jalen Smith, of course, is out here. Let's see. He has no offers yet. And 2K was almost suggesting that we renounce him, but I'm not doing that. I want to bring him back as our backup 4 and be happy with that. So let's see if we get Jalen Smith back. Isaiah Jackson's our backup center, so I love that. And then we have Deandre Ayton now. So let's see. We got Koloko, we got Lewis, and we got Jalen Smith back. Player progression's looking like this: 91, 90, 90, 83, 81, 80, 80, 79, 77. Tell me this roster can't be in the playoffs and potentially compete for a championship. I think we can. This year should be ours. Let's see if we can win it all. So at the end of the season, Trae Young wins MVP, Cody Kelly Rookie of the Year on the Raptors, Washington Sixth Man of the Year, Giannis Defensive Player, and Alondes Williams Most Improved, and the Eli Arnold Coach of the Year, and Joseph Jackson is your Executive of the Year. Then here's your All-NBA First Team: John Morant, Trae Young, Giannis, LeBron. Do we get any Pacers representing yet? Can we get Haliburton on here? We cannot. Damn. Okay. No Haliburton made an All-NBA team at all in this video, which just sucks. But we are the first seed in the East, so it really does not matter. Let's go look at player stats real quick. Not team. Let's look at player stats. If I can get to it. Am I clicking on it? There we go. That's what I need to click on. Player stats: 24 from Haliburton and 9 assists. How is this man not making an All-NBA team, in my opinion? I don't know. But 44% from 3, 42%, 37%, 43%. I mean, this team was ready for the moment. Deandre Ayton, 12.5, 10 rebounds, a block per game. 19 from Jabari Smith, 16 from Chris Duarte, and 14 from Cameron Reddish. So really love how we've shaped this roster up. Isaiah Jackson had 8 as well off the bench, 7 from Jalen Smith, and 5 from Justin Lewis. So here we go, man. Let's see if we get to play here in the play-in tournament. So we are going to be playing the Charlotte Hornets. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball, James Bouknight, Asar Thomas, Miles Bridges, Kai Jones, Terry Rozier, D'Angelo Russell, Patrick Williams, and Monte Morris. So we did beat them in the play-in tournament, I believe, in the very first season. So similarly, current round against Charlotte, and we're going to beat them in 5. So that's a W. Good start to the playoffs, and now we get to play the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Garland, Okoro, Diallo, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, TJ Warren, and of course, you also have Kevin Love. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Can we sweep these guys? Nope. 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Let's not let them go up 3-2 though. Can we beat them in 6? No, we're going to a game 7. Okay, game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We need to win this. We cannot lose this, in my opinion. Like this just isn't an option. Let's go ahead and beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and let's see if we can beat them and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's looking good thus far. And yeah, I think we took care of business. 101 to 129. Cameron Reddish was our leading scorer. 5-9 from 3. Huge game out of him. And now we get to play the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So Trae Young, Herter, Hunter, Collins, Capella, and Kongwu. Game 1, they're up 1-0. Okay. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? No. Can we win game 5? Yes, we can. Can we beat them in 6? Yes, we can. We are in the NBA Finals playing the Houston Rockets, who have Fred VanVleet and Jeremy Grant and Victor Vanderbilt and Isaiah Stewart and Josh Christopher. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, we're up 2-1. We go up 3-1. And can we beat them? Yes, we can. Just like that, we have gone all the way with Tyrese Haliburton and won the championship. He also wins Finals MVP. So the Indiana Pacers are going to be a very fun team to watch for the foreseeable future. Love the addition of Tyrese Haliburton for them. Of course, we have more and more trade deadline rebuilds to get to. I'm gonna create my own file. And also something I am trying to figure out, and I know you guys might be annoyed with this, is I am trying to figure out my green screen situation. I know I'm in the way when we're always on the Eastern Conference side of the playoff standing, so trying to figure that out, trying to get the best of both worlds. So we'll kind of see how I can fix that in the future. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave it a like if you did. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.